Redefining education, regaining struggle, renovating society. SIO, awakening the nation.
All the dignitaries of the days and my dear friends, thank you for this memento, and I would like to quote from it. O mankind, indeed we have created you from a single pair of male and female, and made you peoples and tribes that you may know one another. Indeed, the most noble of you in the sight of Allah is the most righteous of you. Quoted from Quran. The Bible says the same thing. And Sant Anand almost said the same thing. So it all shows that we are one human family. So in the Bible, we have two creation accounts, two stories of creation. The Bible is not science, so it is not giving us scientific truths. How actually the world came into being, that is for science to tell us. But the Bible teaches us some religious truths. And there are two stories of creation in the very first book of the Bible, the book of Genesis. And in both these accounts, details differ because each story is meant to convey a certain religious truth. The first story of creation is that God is the creator of all. He has created the plants, the animals, the stars, the sky, the seas, the land, and human beings. When God created human being, He was delighted. He said, now let us create man. So when He said man, it is both male and female. Okay? It includes both male and female. Let us create man and let him have dominion over the earth. So man was the climax of His creation. So the first story in the Bible is meant to teach us that God is the creator of all. The concept of dignity is used to express the idea that a being has the right to be valued, respected, and to receive ethical treatment. The word dignity pertains to the worth of human beings. In ordinary usage, the word denotes respect, and it is often used to suggest someone or some people are not receiving a proper degree of respect. So, we use this word dignity very often to say some people are not treated with respect. It also means that one is failing to treat oneself with proper self-respect. So, if I behave like an animal, it means I have no self-respect. The word dignity can be used to critique the treatment of oppressed and vulnerable groups and peoples. Human dignity can be violated in multiple ways, like humiliation, let me not go more into details, or treating people as objects, or degrading their value, or dehumanizing them. I don't wish to go more into detail, just headlines only. Examples of some of the practices that violate human dignity include torture, rape, social exclusion, labor exploitation, and slavery. Now, when it comes to equality between men and women, the India Gender Gap Review 2009 gives us some figures. It aims to provide a more in-depth analysis of how equitably India is dividing its resources between women and men, and integrating women into its growth. It shows a dismal ranking of being number 114 out of 134 countries measured. So when it comes to equality of sexes, India is one of the countries which is at the bottom of the rung. 114 out of 134 countries. The Global Gender Gap Index examines the gap between men and women in four fundamental categories. First, economic participation and opportunity. Second, educational attainment. Third, political empowerment. And fourth, health and survival. The report shows that there are still persistent gaps in health and survival, a fact that contributes to India's missing women. Girls are still missing out on primary and secondary education in far greater numbers than boys. Among those women who do receive the benefits of health and education, many are then unable to contribute fully and productively to the economy because of barriers to their entry into the workforce or barriers to accessing positions of leadership. We had Nirmala Sitharaman appointed as the defense minister, and it made headlines. What is the reason why it made headlines? Because she is a woman. Surprise! A woman made defense minister. Her capabilities, her merit is considered second. But because she is a woman, it made headlines. So these are the barriers that women face, even though they may be educated and very capable. Now coming to the communal harmony. People belonging to different religions sometimes tend to live in ghettos and to be suspicious of other religions and their followers. This mentality has to change if we are to live in peace and harmony. So we cannot afford to live in ghettos. For the good of all the peoples, for the good of our nation, we learn to live together as brothers and sisters. Communal disturbances have done immense damage to life and property, driving so many to misery, militancy, and terrorism. True religion never divides people. Religion helps to bring people together. Religion is not divisive. There are people who misuse religion. That is another matter. Rather, religion teaches us to be better persons and better citizens, and to collaborate with all to work for the common good. All religions have their own beauty. Each religion has something good to teach us, and if our minds are open, we can learn from one another. We can take in what is good that is found in other religions. It is high time we learn to respect all religions and respect the freedom of all to practice their faith. In general, the people of India are very tolerant. So this is one very, very important characteristic of India. The people of India are very tolerant, but that does not mean there is no intolerance. In fact, the atmosphere of intolerance seems to be growing day by day, with people taking the law into their own hands, sometimes encouraged by the powers that be for their own narrow political ends. What we call the vote bank politics. People are polarized in the name of religion, caste, language, and so on, causing immense harm to the fabric of our society. Thank God we have a judicial system that checks such aberrations and helps us to be law-abiding citizens. For the good of all people, there is an urgent need for inter-religious dialogue. So first of all, let me congratulate the organizers of this event. We require more such events. So that we become one family, one community, and work together for the good of all. If the goal of communal harmony and the common good is to be achieved, it must be pursued by the simple people at the grassroots level. So interreligious dialogue has to reach at the grassroots level. The Catholic Church in India has suggested the following 4 methods of inter-religious dialogue. First is dialogue of life. We already live in close proximity with members of other faiths. So we must take advantage of this to engage in dialogue of life. Our lives are naturally interwoven. We should capitalize on this, exercising fraternal charity with our brothers and sisters of other faiths in the ups and downs of daily living. Visits to one another on feast days, as well as on joyful and sorrowful occasions. This can cement the bonds between people of all faiths. Second, dialogue of action. There are so many ways in which we can all work together to improve the neighborhood and to build a more prosperous and united India. It is imperative that we join hands to lessen the sufferings of the poor and to work on civic problems of the neighborhood. We are all affected by garbage, for instance. Because of garbage, there are now so many diseases, swine flu, dengue, and so many other diseases. So, coming together, we can tackle such problems. The clearance of garbage, the participation in advanced locality management, ensuring the best persons are elected, etc. These are some of the goals that we can achieve together. And third, dialogue of prayer and religious experience. No matter by what name we call God, there is only one living and true God, and so we can all pray together to Him, although each in his or her own way. Interreligious prayer services are therefore of great importance. We can also come together to share our religious experiences. So when we meet together, we can share the wonders, the miracles that are happening in our life because of our faith in God. So sharing with each other helps us to be more spiritual. When one takes part in such sharings, it is amazing how similar our experiences are, irrespective of which faith we belong to. And lastly, it is the dialogue of religious beliefs. Now this fourth step, we must come to it only when we have accomplished the first three, because this is the most difficult step. Perhaps the most difficult and technical is the sharing of our religious beliefs. So for that we must be well versed in our religious tenets, what our religion teaches, the doctrines. The first three types of dialogue would warm our hearts, teach us to love and understand, and open our minds to respectfully listen and understand the beliefs of other faiths. Only then should we engage in this fourth form of dialogue, which is difficult. As tensions are building up in the country between people of different faiths, it is urgent and necessary